Hello, and welcome to a video on similes and the narrator. A simile adds detail to something by comparing it with something else. But today we want to show you that that's not all they can do. We'll learn how similes can suggest things about the narrator who is using the simile, not just the thing they are describing. Now, imagine you were to describe an adult as delighted as a child with a new toy. This is a simile because there is a direct comparison between two things. In this case, the simile makes the adult borrow certain properties from the child, perhaps playful, excited, or absorbed. Well, this is a real example, taken from the first Sherlock Holmes story, A Study in Scarlet by Arthur Conan Doyle.
Now, this video is about how similes can suggest things about the narrator who is using the simile, and not just the thing they are describing. So, who is the narrator of this simile? Well, it's Dr. Watson, who accompanies Holmes through all his adventures. Don't forget that in real life the story is actually written by Arthur Conan Doyle. But Conan Doyle invents a character, Watson, to tell the story for him, a character who actually appears in the story.
Watson writes about how, when he first met Holmes, he saw Holmes's reaction to a successful chemical experiment. And he writes that Holmes was as delighted as a child with a new toy.
Now, we understand what the simile suggests about Holmes, but what does it suggest about Watson? After all, we're looking at how similes can suggest things about the narrator who is using the simile, not just the thing they are describing.
Well, first, there's one thing we know for sure. We know that he is making a comparison, simply because he is using a simile. It's as if we can see what's going on in his mind. Secondly, let's not forget that it's an unusual comparison to make. You don't normally expect adults to behave in this way. So we can see Watson making an unusual comparison. Recognizing this is the key to this reading skill. In this case, we might decide that Watson sounds as if he is trying to make sense of the situation, as if he is surprised, puzzled, or even amazed. After all, he has been confronted with an extraordinary companion. So, although similes can add detail to the person or thing being described, they can also suggest things about the narrator, the person doing the describing. Try reading the extract on pause. Can you sense Watson's amazement when he uses the simile? In fact, there are lots of ways a simile can influence the tone of the narrator. It doesn't have to be surprise.
The point is, this is a reading technique you can use over and over again. Good luck with it, and see you next time.
And don't forget to subscribe to the Morton and Webster channels for more helpful English tips and advice.